Who Moved My Cheese? Episode 6. In the meantime, Hem and Haw were still back in Cheese Station C, evaluating their situation. They were now suffering from the effects of having no cheese. They were becoming frustrated and angry and were blaming each other for the situation they were in. Now and then Haw thought about his mice friends Snip and Scurry and wondered if they had found any cheese yet. He believed they might be having a hard time as running through the maze usually involved some uncertainty. But he also knew that it was likely to only last for a while. Sometimes Haw would imagine Snip and Scurry finding new cheese and enjoying it. He thought about how good it would be for him to be out on an adventure in the maze and to find fresh new cheese. He could almost taste it. The more clearly Haw saw the image of himself finding and enjoying the new cheese, the more he saw himself leaving Cheese Station C. "Let's go," he exclaimed all of a sudden. "No," Hem quickly responded. "I like it here. It's comfortable. It's what I know. Besides, it's dangerous out there." "No, it is not," Haw argued. "We have run through many parts of the maze before and we can do it again." "I am getting too old for that," Hem said, "and I am afraid I am not interested in getting lost and making a fool of myself. Are you?" With that, Haw's fear of failing returned, and his hope of finding new cheese faded. So every day the little people continued to do what they had done before. They went to Cheese Station C, found no cheese, and returned home, carrying their worries and frustration with them. They tried to deny what was happening, but found it harder to get to sleep, had less energy the next day, and were becoming irritable. Their homes were not the nurturing places they once were. The little people had difficulty sleeping and were having nightmares about not finding any cheese. But Hem and Haw still returned to Cheese Station C and waited there every day. Hem said, if we just work harder, we will find that nothing has really changed that much. The cheese is properly nearby. Maybe they just hid it behind the wall." The next day, Hem and Haw returned with tools. Hem held the chisel while Haw banged on the hammer until they made a hole in a wall of Cheese Station C. They peered inside but found no cheese. They were disappointed but believed they could solve the problem. So they started earlier, stayed longer, and worked harder. But after a while, all they had was a large hole in the wall. Haw was becoming to realizing the difference between activity and productivity. "Maybe," Hem said, "we should just sit here and see what happens. Sooner or later they have to put the cheese back." Haw wanted to believe that, so each day he went home to rest and returned reluctantly with him to Cheese Station C. But cheese never reappeared.